Rhamp just got one of the best TLCs yet, making Rhamp a worthwhile dino to grow if you haven't already and worth revisiting if you've grown one. As a huge Rhamp enjoyer myself, I love this update and think Rhamp has a lot more potential now in both group and solo play. And although I love this update, I am so surprised it's not an Alio update. I mean, this dinosaur literally has 2 attacks, and that's it. This time we have a Rhamp and Flyer update. The flying update is pretty great and offers so much more maneuverability, it's insane. I didn't even know we had the update, but felt it as soon as I took off. You can now move with much more precision and make a much smaller arch in order to get a speed boost. I used to hate how hard it was to get the Rhamp at speed boost because you had to stay pretty far off the ground to get it to work. But now you can make these really tiny arches and go super fast. The new kit is just the old kit, but better and simplified. You pounce onto any dino, either a teammate or an enemy, and you buff or debuff them. The kit offers more use for the Rhamp's pounce, with Deep Claws adding 30% bucking resistance, and Shared Rhythm's ability to extend cooldowns and stam costs on other enemy dinos is a really easy way to weaken them. The new kit is just the old kit, but better and simplified. Most notably, the kit offers more use for the Rhamp's pounce, with Deep Claws adding 30% bucking resistance, and Shared Rhythm's ability to extend cooldowns and stam costs on other enemy dinos is an easy way to weaken them for your group. Just to go more deep into the Rhamp kit, I will go over all the abilities that are currently available. For passives, we have Lucky Feather, which lets you live from a death blow if your health is above 25%, and it even gives you some health and stamina so you can still get away. This skill has a 5-minute cooldown, and so you'll definitely be wanting to get away if you've used it already. Nightwalker gives you both 25% stamina regen and 25% reduced food drain at night. This is pretty fun for nighttime fights if you're teamed up with a Latin that has Moonlight Hunter and Lord of Terrors. Strong Claws prevents you from getting knocked off while latched. This is another huge one that's been added, and this is Strong Grip. You gain a decaying 200% increase in armor for 10 seconds while you're latched. This helps the Rhamp survivability immensely, since you're usually just instantly dying when you pounce onto someone. Spearing Bite is nice if you are just starting out as Rhamp because it does a lot of damage to critters, it refills your stamina when you catch a fish, but it should really just be replaced as soon as you get Scab Picker. And Scab Picker is going to do a lot, so I'm going to break it down really simple. Scab Picker strikes will stack, so you will heal and reduce their bleed heal rate by up to 35% on your 5th bite. When you've hit the 35% maximum, the Woozy effect applies, which gives them 50% slower turn speed for 10 seconds, and then you can't apply anything for 60 seconds. Flock Migration is honestly such a cute little ability where you glide 2 times slower and 4 times slower when you're 50 meters from other flyers, so it's genuinely encouraged to flock with other flyers. Plague Carrier is another stacking ability. All enemies within 50 meters of the enemy dino you're latched on have a 5% reduced health and stamina recovery, along with a 2.5% reduced bleed recovery up to 10 stacks. But most importantly, it increases food and water drain by 50% so that hotspot locations will have these Plague Carriers always scaring other dinos away, and people with flock migration are going to be hanging out near each other, so it's going to encourage more Plague Carriers to group and potentially plague all of the hotspots. That's especially happening right now because of the new update, so people are going crazy with the Rhamp. Dart just moves your dino faster and can hurt critters, which is nice. Seabird gives a 15% faster swimming speed, a 20% faster swim stamina recovery, and 10% faster water turning while in water, and it grants sight through fog, rainstorms, and water, and also tracks the nearest fish. This combined a ton of the Rhamp's abilities into just one giant package. Echoing Calls is another pretty interesting one, where it buffs all calls by 25% during the day and 50% at night. So again, this would be huge if you teamed up with another night-based dinosaur like the Latin. Deep Claws, as mentioned earlier, has a 30% increase to bucking resistance. While low on health, you also regain health faster until you're at 25%. With Lucky Feather, Strong Grip really makes Rhamp have a ton of options for sustainability. Shared Rhythm is another one where enemy dinos' ability cooldowns are reduced by 12.5% and stamina cost is increased by 10% up to 4 stacks. So cooldowns get increased a total of 50% and the stamina cost is up to 40%. This only works while latched, and it's a huge debuff to enemy dinos. Infectious Touch. Reduce enemy armor by 10% per stack up to 2 stacks for a total of 20% armor reduction. Rat out. Makes everyone not in your group do a call while your group gains 20% speed for 30 seconds as long as you are within a 100-meter radius of them. It's very specific, and you also cannot be in combat, so realistically it's best for just taking trophies. Plotting Whispers increases attack damage of pounced creatures by 20% for 30 seconds even when you unlatch from the dino. Fishy Breath gives group members in a 50-meter radius your most recent fish buff. And Bloodthirsty Hunters increases bleed damage of group dinos by 25% for 60 seconds, but only in a 30-meter radius, so you have to be really close to your group for this one. This ramp update was huge, and I'm so excited to actually see what they're going to do next with the updates because it seems like they're spending a lot of time readjusting the kits as needed. Thank you for watching, and I will be making more of these videos. If you guys are interested, go ahead and follow. If not, it's fine. Thank you for watching anyway.